This is BOBcast.
You know how long a beard second is?
BuffaloBrotherhood.wordpress.com.
We're going to get in here and we're going to mess around and we're going to get in trouble by somebody's parents.
Warning. Warskewing. Abusa. Isia. We know you're going to eat it, sir. We know.
Facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood is where you can find all the shows.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 46 of the BOBcast. Welcome to the Brotherhood. I'm Ryan. As alongside me, as always, is
Mike.
And across the table, looking dapper in his maroon sweatshirt, is
Doug.
The brown note that is Doug.
The brown note.
How you guys doing? Doing all right?
Good.
And we're on
We're on camera.
We're on camera today.
I'm not
That's
on
working
camera.
out. I'm already getting text messages that
Lean
saying
into the camera.
I'm not on camera. No.
Nope.
All right. There you go. There's Mike's hand. And with us tonight for this Before the Break podcast is Travis.
How's it going?
It's going fantastic. Travis is a lifelong friend of mine. The one person I've known longer than anybody else that doesn't share any of my chromosomal DNA.
Oh.
I mean, there's been
consider
chromosomal
that a good
DNA on and around you, but it's never been inside of you. And then,
that you know of.
That's a great way to start off.
returning to the show, friend of the show, JVB.
How's it going?
I won't do that forever. I promise.
JVB.
Jake's on tonight. He was actually helping or looking at some of the technical prowess that is.
He's been promoted.
Fixing the site.
He's now the technical advisor
to the
lodge
technicians.
Right.
I feel special now.
Yeah.
You should.
It comes with a shirt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It comes with a shirt.
No salary.
There's a uniform.
No benefit package.
Do I get steak?
They pay you in Twizzlers.
On July 3rd,
Yes.
according to the schedule.
You're paid in Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
that you brought yourself.
Yes.
Because the rest of us
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Because the rest of us are still working hard on our Biggest Loser of the Lodge.
Yes.
And I'm excited about it, so I want to get to it right away. So first off, episode 45 went up. I did well. People got excited
Hailed
about it.
as the best.
Yeah, people were excited. Brad is a fantastic speaker. He's a great motivator.
I can't wait to have him on again.
Yeah, I think I don't know if we're gonna be able to wait like till the end of the wait.
Why?
I think we need to go like somewhere in the midpoint.
No, all 8 weeks.
Go all 8 weeks before
All
we
8
get any
weeks.
more Brad.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Unless one of us is not doing well.
falling off the wagon.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm doing well.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, I weighed myself earlier today. It was like 317.
Fantastic. I can't do math, and I don't know where you started.
It was like 6
That sounds
pounds.
great.
I don't know.
Yay!
6 pounds.
What sort of changes are you making?
I go to the Y, and I eat better when I don't have to go out with my company's executives.
Well, that makes sense.
Because they would make fun of you if you just got a salad.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd be like, what's the
Well,
matter? Trying to thin off? Want to get your girlish figure back for the wedding? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
No,
Is that what executives?
No.
Oh,
I don't think any of them
I
sound
spend
like
a lot
that.
of time around third grade executives, and that's the sort of the stuff that they would say. You guys quit eating your boogers now too? What's up? All right, never mind.
Yeah. As long as you can avoid that company credit card, then usually I can.
It makes it hard
it's
when you
bad.
got that thing that goes, you can get whatever you want. You
Let me
know?
get that
Well,
giant
where
steak.
I work, it's so remote. Unless you actually bring food with you,
Yeah.
you got to go find it somewhere.
Oh,
And of course, fast food is not really.
It's not healthy.
No.
right.
It's not healthy. Mike, do you want to talk about what your plan has been? What's your plan been? How's it been going?
I have
2 weeks in right
I
now.
have stuck to the MyFitnessPal app completely. Like every single thing that has went into my mouth has went through my phone. Actually,
Well,
my phone
almost.
made it into my mouth.
It did.
Actually,
I saw that picture.
Do you see that
Is
picture?
there a caloric
Oh, yeah.
value for
for cell phones?
Yes.
My phone made it in my mouth because I had to take a picture of the inside mouth because we were having lettuce wrapped cheeseburgers with baked sweet potato fries.
Sounds just as good as it sounds.
It was delicious.
I like
Broke a
those wraps.
tooth. broke my wisdom tooth on a lettuce wrap cheeseburger.
How this lettuce is so hard.
I was praying to God that was not like some sort of promo for this. Like a dog with peanut butter on the roof of their mouth. He's doing some sort of funky chicken dance or whatever.
No, it snapped a tooth. Went in, fixed it, no problem. Got taken care of real quick. But anyways,
wait, you went to the dentist?
I went to the dentist and they
You are
filled it
a
right in.
brave
He
man.
said it was simple fix because I didn't feel any pain like on the tooth, so it never got to the nerve. So it wasn't no numbing or anything. He just was like, "Oh, fill it in, grind it down to shape. You're good to go."
Came out with dentures.
Just patched it up.
Did you at least get your cheeseburger back?
No.
Oh.
No, and luckily the piece of tooth
Were you
was
looking for
small
the tooth?
because I couldn't imagine.
Did you swallow the tooth?
Yeah, I swallowed it, and my daughter goes, "How is the tooth fairy going to get a hold of that?" She wanted to know how the tooth fairy is going to take care of that. I said, "It's gone. It ain't going to happen." I could have made some very funny jokes with her, but I didn't want her telling other children about how the tooth fairy finds a tooth when you swallow it.
My son has actually swallowed both of his teeth that he's lost. So,
Yeah.
Swallowing tooth is sort of that's kind of a thing. Young kids do that.
That's the parrot tradition now.
Well, no, I never swallowed my teeth that I know of, but we're just working with kids every day. It's them being like, "Hey, my tooth's gone. I think I swallowed it." And oh, okay, maybe you did. Let's move on.
But
You'd think you'd notice that.
I went to the Y with Paul, friend of the show, Paul.
Friend of the show, Paul Hyatt.
And he tore me up in the ground. I was just every
tore him up.
muscle in my body the
In
next
the
morning
workout.
hurt, and then
During
the
your workout.
following day was just incredible pain. It hurt to pick up. I was sitting at a desk working, and it hurt to reach over and pick up my phone to answer.
That
it.
was the first time that you'd actually been to the gym, right?
Yes, and
And you went like straight like
No. He ran me through a bunch of different
It
exercises.
was like
I didn't
15-pound
concentrate.
weights. I
It
mean,
was,
nothing
but
crazy.
he did max me out on the bench press though, and that's why
Yeah.
my chest
Like,
hurts
yeah,
so
well,
30
bad.
pounds. The
everybody
bar is
won-
40
No,
pounds.
no, I was a little past that. I was at 85 pounds.
Yeah, there we go.
But then I get up. And some dude just walks over 350,
Oh,
just
yeah.
a one-time press, and I was like, "Good God, that's insane." But anyways,
He's like, "You could pick up my friend Ryan."
he stood up and he goes, "Are my eyes still inside my head?" Because he was like, his eyes were like bulging out of his head when he was pushing this bar up. It was insane. And I don't know how your brother was spotting him, but I don't know what he was going to do if that guy would have let go of that bar. Like, it would have.
Paul could
He
live
just
3
captured
Yeah.
the time of death.
Yeah. He had a watch on just for that reason. No, I did that once, and I've been on the elliptical like crazy, and I've been doing squats, push-ups after the elliptical, and I'm down. I was down 6 pounds the first week, and the last time I weighed myself, I was down almost 10 pounds, but it went back up a little bit. So Sunday I'll post my weight.
Just poop and you'll go back down.
That's right. That's why I always weigh
weigh
myself.
after
I
a
always
good
weigh
poop.
myself in the morning after the first S is completed.
Ryan looks inspired.
Got it.
So
Ryan's like, I need
I
to remember that.
I'm personally going with like the methodology that I don't weigh myself very often because I don't want to know how I'm progressing. I just want to continue to stay like nose on the grindstone. I'm using the fitness app too. I've got my I work out every morning. Use a couple different programs, but every one of them is cardiovascular / strength training, using either your body as its weight or just repetitive light weights. It's not strength training like I'm not up there, but I have gone down and done that a couple of times. And I'll tell you what, I just feel better, especially in my chest and in my like oblique areas
your
there.
lats.
Just from doing a little bit of that strength training. So I'm excited to go back to some more strength training, but just hitting cardio every morning, and it's fun.
I think
It's becoming fun-er, I guess, is what I said. And then, my family's been getting involved. So, like this morning, my son actually got up early and got his stuff taken care of, like his chores taken care of, so that he could come out and work out with me. And then, he got dressed and I took a shower, thankfully, because I sweat like a I sweat really bad. Which is good.
Waiting.
which is really good. But because it feels good to sweat too. And this is, and I said this before, but really the more I think about it, the more
You are losing weight because you never hear a fat guy go, "It feels good to sweat." Like that doesn't happen.
Well, I think this is the first time I've ever tried to lose weight. I mean, in all my life, like I've lost weight before, like when I went back to school the first time, when I went back to school after being in school the first time. It's not like I went back to school repeatedly, but I was older. I was parking further away because parking tickets bothered me. So I just basically organically added like a mile to 2 miles to my day because I had to walk to and from classes.
Kind of like Jared.
Yeah, and I exactly like Jared. That was my motivation at the time.
We're talking about Subway Jared, right?
Yeah, Subway Jared.
No, just this guy.
Just this guy. I was like, I don't know Jared.
That was something that, like, I mean, I naturally slimmed down a little bit, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back in the realm of being able to weigh myself on the Wii Fit board if I ever wanted to.
Buy a scale. You don't have to use it all the time, but then you don't have to drive over here at 10:30 at night and use ours.
But you wanted to take my picture.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about using a heavy bag?
I have.
I will tell you, the heavy bag workouts they're insane. If you can get the full motion in there and you can stick with it, like everything that you were saying, like you can actually feel that after one workout and you're not so exhausted that you can't even like get up to go do it again.
Yeah.
It might be something you want to try.
Hey, I'll look into it.
I went and bought me a pair of gloves just to go to the gym while I'm down there.
Do they have one at the Y?
I've got one in my garage.
Oh, yeah? No, I don't think you can get over here, Pumpkin. I'll come up and hug you in a little bit, okay? No?
Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. You guys vamp for me. Vamp.
Yeah,
Vamp.
okay.
Watermelon. Julie,
Yeah.
come here, hurry.
Just lift her up.
Come here.
There we go.
Oh, goodness.
We're all about family and hugs and
Reach.
Reach.
It's on the camera. There we go.
And Frozen or whatever Disney princess that is.
There you go. Thanks for the play-by-play, Doug.
Yep. Okay.
The one thing that I did, though, as Brad told me, he said I was eating way too many carbs in the morning because I was eating an apple and a banana every morning. And I was like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm like,
bananas
healthy.
are crazy.
Healthy. This is good for me. And he was like, no, you're throwing your insulin all out of whack. It's insane. So I'm doing 2 boiled eggs, and hard-boiled eggs, and like 3 pieces of turkey meat. That's my breakfast every day.
Sounds exciting.
But you know what? And then I have a salad for lunch, but I'll tell you what, I'm full all day, and I don't have that like 2 o'clock, like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to pass out kind of thing. Haven't had that since I started this thing. So
what type of salads do you eat?
I'm doing just like
Is it romaine or is it iceberg? Or
I'm doing this greener selection, like the premix salad stuff. It's greener selection. It's got like, what
spinach
is it? Radicchia something.
Radicchio.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That and like carrots and
it is. I'm not making
romaine lettuce, and then I put some croutons, very little, and then I've been grilling chicken and putting it in there and using a fat-free honey mustard and just doing a honey mustard like chicken salad.
Nice.
And then a yogurt because yogurt's so
You're
good.
eating a lot more than I am. I'll say that much.
I am, but I'm not eating badly. That's the difference. I'm eating more, but I'm eating good things.
I feel like I'm eating very poorly. I'm eating making very poor nutritional decisions because nobody else in my family is taking that side of the challenge very seriously.
They should.
As they like had Fazoli's tonight for dinner, and then Sloppy Joe's the day before that.
Yeah, that's good.
Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, that's good.
But I've cut out a lot of carbs. I used to come home every day from school and have a couple of peanut butter sandwiches or a couple of bologna sandwiches because I wouldn't eat all day long. Then I would eat that at 3 o'clock and then dinner at 5 o'clock. And so what I did is I went slim fast, and I can be masculine and say that I went slim fast.
Sarah's dad did it and lost a bunch of weight.
Well, and I even went like the pre-mixed ready shakes because honestly, convenience. I don't care about taste.
What are you paying for it?
The thing is it go off Amazon.
I know. I want to know.
I don't know. because this is what happens. Amazon for me is like walking into like a big box store.
Yep.
I just like, I got to get a certain price here to get free shipping. What all do I need? I'll just a little of this, a little of that, and then especially with the Weight Watcher stuff, because I'll do meal replacement bars, and then I do the shake. So I drink the shake for breakfast. I do the meal replacement bar for lunch, and then you're supposed to do like a snack in between there, and then a snack before lunch. I don't have time for that, but I just eat the meal replacement bar, which is 200 calories, and the shake, which is 180 calories, and that's what gets me through my morning. And I feel hungry all the time.
Well, you're not supposed to decrease too much that you go into starvation mode, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's
what I told
him.
I'm going. I feel like I'm still going
Because
frequently.
you're
enough.
supposed to probably be eating about 2,700 calories a day still.
Hey, yeah, maybe.
Do you like almonds?
Yeah, I can do a
That's
little
what
bit
I
of that.
got.
I've got those in my desk drawer if I do get that craving.
Yep.
You know, I always got nuts.
Yeah, he did. He kind of sold me. I was like, raw almonds? Really? I'm not a big
I love
almond
them.
guy.
Dude, they're great.
And he had them at his desk all the time. I'm like, let me have some of those. Let me have some more of those. Hey, can I have some of your almonds? Like every day he was buying this huge bag, and then I started buying them. I was like, damn, those are kind of expensive. I've been eating a lot of Doug's
they are,
money.
Well, you're only supposed to eat 16 at a time.
Yeah. Well, I it's like a quarter of a cup or something like
Yeah.
that is what it comes
Yeah.
out to be for 130 calories or something.
Well, I don't know. Just I to be honest, just being mindful of the calories you're putting inside your body. Because I mean, I'll take
Yeah.
an orange, or I'll like carry an apple with me to school or something like that, and I just put it in the. I try to keep it in the MyFitnessPal, but to me, it's like, I have coffee when I first wake up, coffee and water when I work out, and then coffee after I work out, and then
Coffee.
then coffee, and then at
So
8
basically,
o'clock.
your diet's slim, fast, and coffee.
But we
much.
talked
You
about
got a hell
that.
of a
You
lot of
drink black
Diurex in
coffee
there.
though.
I drink black coffee,
You drink
which I
black
put
coffee,
it in
so-
my fitness too. There is a caloric intake when you're talking about running hot water
3.
through, but it's like 3 calories. So
Yeah, it's super small. Now I put a little creamer in mine. That's like 46 calories or something like that for the hazelnut creamer that I put on.
but I just to me it's working, and I'm having the energy to make it to dinner, and I have enough calories left over for my day.
But
But I mean, I'm not gorging myself at dinner. I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep it somewhere between 500 and 650.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I even eat 2,100 calories a day alone,
Well,
and I'm
Yeah, but you've got a
And I-
tapeworm.
and I understand. I understand the whole starvation mode thing. I'm just trying to increase my activity level and get to a diet that I'm going to be able to manage for the rest of my life. And I'm hoping that eventually my body will just get, because this is not something I talked about this at the beginning of the YouTube version of the podcast when I posted up on YouTube. This isn't something I'm hoping that is just I'm going to be done on March 31st, and when. This is a lifelong change I'm hoping to make. So,
hold on. How much addition do you make to the YouTube videos? Did you just have a whole show before the show? Like,
I do a little. No, I basically what happened with the YouTube video was we ran out of camcorder space last time. We guarantee it will not happen this time. And then the audio, basically, we had half of the program. We had half of the program saved up, but then I didn't have. Jake, I'm sorry. This always comes up when you're around, and I apologize. I hope one day to fix it. I didn't have enough disk space on my PC.
what?
that's true. You mentioned that every time you're on the show. He talks about his hard
He's
drive
like,
space.
just go buy an external. I'm like,
And I'm like,
I got 15 gigs I can play with.
and I have
15 gigs.
I got 15.
Jeez.
That's
So-
one video.
So,
I've got I have his 500 gigabyte hard drive
It's
sitting
just sitting
upstairs. I just
upstairs.
need to put it into the computer. I just haven't done
so
it.
what happens is every episode of BOBcast that we have, it ends up being around 9 gigs. So what was going to happen was I was going to take the first half of the BOBcast and put it here, and then I mirrored it in Adobe Premium with the audio version, the podcast that we had. Then I left the Kyle Swift logo for the top of it, and it looked out really nice. And basically all I said was, hey, you're gonna lose audio at about 37 minutes, or video in about 37 minutes. We apologize. Hey, and then I sort of gave some instructions here for the YouTube video. Really help us out if you subscribe, because that means your subscription could lead to 2 other subscriptions. Really helps us if you like the video, because it brings it up in our aggregate of what's a popular video and so forth. And that's all I said. But then I went in and I tried to export the Adobe movie that I made. That's about 9 gigs. Well, I only have 15 gigs. I'm not a math genius, but I do understand 9x2, which because I had to have 2 versions of the movie basically side by side, which means I would get all the way to the end of my movie.
Yeah.
And then it couldn't finish because I didn't have enough disk
You
space.
probably even needed more than that because you have a temp file that it goes to before it renders.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would go all the way through that. So I tried exporting directly to YouTube. I tried exporting directly to like another program called WeVideo. I tried a couple different things, and to be honest, like it just wasn't working.
Well,
and then I was like, we're just not going to have a show. And then like we posted the audio, and like immediately people were like, "This is a great show," and I was like, "Okay, well, we got to get it on YouTube some way." So I sat outside and I gave a little bit more of a detail of what was going on, why it was broke down. And then sort of, the Biggest Loser thing, try to get people to put comments and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then I took just the image and just the audio. So there was only like 2 minutes of video, and then the rest of it was a single image and MP3. And that was going to be plenty within space. So I thought. But the temp file is massive.
Yeah.
So then I had to reduce the quality of the video I was putting out to the fact that me talking. Obviously, none of you guys have watched the YouTube video.
No.
Richard. Okay.
No, yeah.
So
So
how
it
long of
looks like-
footage you don't have?
It looks like Minecraft version of myself because the pixels are like a quarter of every one of. I have, like 4 pixels is what it takes to fill up my cheeks. I mean, I have pretty big cheeks, but there's only it looks like Minecraft Ryan talking to people. I'm
So
done.
you gave up a 30-minute video for a 30-minute monologue of Ryan.
pixelated, Ryan.
Pixelated Ryan.
No, it's only 2.5 minutes.
Bleeding into the Minecraft.
It's only 2.5 minutes.
You know you can get like 3
It's all right,
terabytes
though.
online for like $100. I mean, it's ridiculous how much
Well, we
space
have-
space.
we have
but,
like-
but
we
I
have
had to buy this thing right here. Isn't that nice?
But I'm just saying, you can get a 3 terabyte drive and store all these videos for.
Well, see here,
Aeons, you know?
I'm really thinking about just rebuilding the whole entire system to give me something that I can do more at. I mean, Mikey, I'm really thinking about having Mikey.
You're going to rebuild the whole entire system that I was like, here, let me piece this together for
that
you.
Mikey just gave me. Or basically building a new one and maybe moving that one to Noah's room so that
Yeah.
he would have one in his room. Because the video stuff, I'm finding a lot of enjoyment out of the video stuff, even when I'm just doing the Kafka stuff for Noah. And the more I do like Adobe, which my 30 days is almost up, but Doug,
That's an expensive suite.
it sure is like $24
That's
a
if
month.
you don't do. Yeah. That's
I've
if
got
you do
I've got the Creative Cloud.
Yeah, that's what that's $24 a month for Creative Cloud.
Yeah. Do you want the username and password? I've got it on like 5
yes.
machines now, and it's only supposed to be like registration for one. I don't know. I don't know how they validate it, but it's working.
Well, maybe we'll
It
talk
can't-
later.
maybe it can't be logged
Off
in at the same
camera.
time.
Probably.
Off camera.
We would never do that.
I'm sure there's a user agreement. A user agreement where we would be breaking.
The EULA.
But
Okay.
yeah, I just think it'd be fun to have that stuff and have those tools and do more stuff because I'd like to film because we have our before the breaks. I think it'd be fun to film what the breaks actually what is actually before this break and then be able to put that out at some point on the YouTube feed as well or find
But that's when I get all my cursing out.
well it's YouTube it's different you can do whatever you want on YouTube but we've got a golf show coming up that I know is going to be pretty
Right,
well video heavy. I'm hoping at least part of it's going to be video heavy. We want to have our barbecue episode which is going to be sort of video heavy, and I just want to get myself ready for that. So I'm looking to upgrade to a second camera, get a wider angle lens using a GoPro again. Jake's recommendation originally, but I went a different way for what I was doing.
You just got
Sony's
that
new
one.
camera is pretty sweet too, though.
Yeah, it is. They're very small.
Yeah, they are.
They're very very small.
Their action cam, I think. Is
The fact that they don't have viewfinders scared me. I just because I know I can use my phone, but it scared me. Like I was like, I don't know. But now we just plug this guy in and we never look at it again.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have been a big
Until
deal.
we look at it.
Until we look at it. Until
It's
we wait at it.
watching you.
But I think a 2-camera setup will be nice. You know? Won't
You
it?
are going to need a better computer
Yeah.
if you're going to want to do that
I'm-
much editing.
If I've got the money next year, I actually think I'm maybe going to either rent or maybe buy like a dilapidated building uptown and then
We'll
renovate
actually
it.
have a lodge.
Well, yeah, because what I'm talking about with Paul is he's getting all of these people now that want because he's training out at the Y and they're seeing like how big he's gotten over the past few months. And now, like him and his wife and a couple of her friends, the other day there was like 9 or 10 people on her Facebook page like, thank you for letting me work out with you and Paul, and I want to keep doing it. Like, literally, the Y is going, there's not going to be enough space because they're all going to be out there having him basically be a fitness instructor. So I told him, like, well, you get enough people and we'll just put a gym at the bottom and then build a recording studio at the top, and there you go.
I'm liking this idea a lot.
Yeah.
I took Taekwondo up on the square. What was that?
It was my phone.
Ooh, yeah. That was fun. But no, that would be cool, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of neat buildings up there.
Yeah, I know.
As long as they don't
Probably.
fall apart.
Well,
Are you talking about the HC or what?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll see. Probably.
I swear every time I come back to town, there's a new building that's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, an old building that's
Yeah.
missing.
Right.
Yeah.
They just fall down. It's
They
great.
did. It was in the
Hey,
paper.
you know, I remember shopping at...
That building's not there.
Okay, well,
Hey, you see that plot of dirt?
It's probably a good thing, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Well,
Safety-
yeah.
Safety reasons, yeah.
safety reasons. And,
You know, I kind of wish I'd have been that person when the rear end of that one massive building collapsed. Just like one brick smacked me on the head, or piece
Like,
of a
run
brick.
over and lay down.
Yeah, just like, oh my God. Like, wait, let all the rest of the rubble fall down, then run over and bury yourself underneath of it. And it'd be
I
like,
think the owner of the I think the owner of the building didn't have any money anyway, so they tore the rest of it down.
No, it was considered not stable. Like they had to tear it down.
Well, I mean, it got into the condition where it fell down because
The main floor had fallen into the basement 10 years before this, and they just left it, and then it filled up with water.
but
and then
you know
slowly
what'll
but
be
surely
really
it
cool
decayed.
is, in a few years from now when Google's come back again through Hartford City for like the 10th time, you'll be able to see the time lapse up around the square of there's that building, now it's gone.
You
a year
can do
later.
that now.
There's that building, now it's gone. There's that building, now it's gone. 10 years from now, we'll see there'll just be one building left downtown.
You can do that now with if they do have multiple
Yeah.
shots, like you can flip back through them and see the different views of the
Yeah.
same
Speaking
spot.
of Google, and Google Maps.
Are we done
and so
with
forth.
weight loss?
I mean, I'm pumped.
Have
I'm
you
excited.
have you gotten everything out that you need to get out?
Speaking of that, no,
not
I've got-
yet.
I've got some stuff I gotta get out.
Before break, wait.
I don't know. It's a change in the diet. It's really messed up.
I don't know
that
if you've
part.
listened to any of our shows, but Ryan does like to talk.
A little
Oh, of
bit,
course.
a little bit.
Oh, I've watched. I was telling him before we came down here that like even in Texas, I'm constantly like, hey, you guys need to check this out. So I am doing some advertising for you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's the director of advertising our South.
We're gonna have
Southwest
stickers
division.
Give them a stack of
as
stickers.
soon as
I hate to say it, that's better than Twizzlers. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude.
you can get paid
man.
in stickers and then go give them out.
Yeah.
Stick in my car.
Watch this. I'm gonna eat a Twizzler.
Oh, that's my payment.
You just been
I
docked.
know.
I know.
You duck
Let's
pay.
see here. Serving size 4 pieces. 140 calories for 4 pieces. Probably all sugar.
Yeah.
Probably no. There's no doubt.
No, that's weird. Total carbs 32 grams, but only
plastic.
17 of that is from sugar. So there's another 15 floating around somewhere. There's some other carbohydrate
It's
in
the
here.
microbeads they're trying to ban. They're actually what
Yep.
Twizzlers are made out of. Speaking of Google's, have you guys
mocklet.
played? Have you guys got on geoguesser.com?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
it is so much
It
fun.
is so, I
No.
do that with my
You done,
class.
Travis?
I do it with my 3rd grade class.
What is it?
It
I've
is
never
an
heard of it.
absolute
It,
blast. You go to geoguesser.com.
All right, I'm going.
Hey, this will be fun. Because this is possible. This could be entertaining on a podcast.
I don't know what it
Probably
is, Travis. Is it takes you to the street view. You choose what you
I'm
want.
on
If
the
you
wrong
want the
thing,
world
man.
or the U.S., you can do New York City alone, and then
Geo-
it does street view, and you have to drive around on the street view, and then it gives you a map, and you have to touch on the map where you think you are.
You get 3 guesses, don't you?
Oh,
Just
okay.
one.
Just one.
But
But there's
just
just points
there's
go down.
five
But then,
rounds.
but then
Yeah,
it
five
then it
rounds.
shows you how close you were, and you get points for how close you were.
The signs help so much.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of like a couple fields,
Yeah.
it might take you 10 minutes to get it because you're just flying down the road. You're just tap, 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 tap.
Trying to look for some marker.
All right, here we go.
Looking for something like, oh, is this in kilometers? Okay, we're not in the U.S.
Here we
You
go.
know, like
Are we on the
That's
right
flat.
side of the road?
Chinese
The left
writing
side of the road?
right.
Is it dash guesser?
No, it's all one word.
All right. So what do I got to do?
GSRR.
It-
GS.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
looks more like a proxy.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's not it.
no E.
Where are
Oh,
you
what-
at?
what
Where are
I-
you at? Geo.
Guess.
G-U, it's Geo, G-U-E-S-S-R.
Yeah,
There is
no
no
ER.
ER.
Oh.
I think it's like, is that a real spelling? Is that a
No.
Like
Somebody else had
European-
geoguesser.com, so this is a...
GeoGuess?
There's another one like this. I have a funny story about this.
Well,
Okay. What do I just... Do I click on the map?
picks.
Is that all I do?
Map picks. I haven't done that one.
I can't see your screen, Doug.
I'll add
No.
a bookmark. How about
So what you do is
I'm looking at a road with
right.
trees.
So what you need to do is you need to move,
Where
drive down the
are you?
road, drive, push.
How far can I drive?
You can go
far
as far
as
as
you
you
want.
want. As far as you want.
Just remember that your starting point is where your actual point actually is.
Right.
So if you
So as you move,
Strutt Parker.
so you're in like Germany or something. but-
Germany's rare because there's not a
It
lot
says
of Google.
no. It says Strutt Parker, but then underneath it says for sale in English with a phone number.
Well, so
I'm guessing that's the name of the company selling
You might be in the United States. It looks pretty.
that's a weird road though.
for sale
That's a United States number 17.
012.
Don't
So-
read it over the pod.
Why?
I'm joking.
I don't know.
So
Okay.
what you have to do is you have to look around, and then once you find
going.
where you
I'm
think
going down
you're
the
at,
road.
click on the map that's in the lower right hand corner, and then choose your spot. You can zoom
here we
in
go,
to
here we
like
go.
an intersection and click
Here
the
we go.
intersection, and then it will give you points to.
So
to how
then what I
close-
need to do is go to Google Earth or Google after, and then Google the.
What I do is if
That's
I
not
can
really
find a
guessing.
town, and then I find the street, and then I figure it out from there. So, but I will
Maybe that's not the United States.
kind of cheat a
don't
little
know.
bit, but
So you're really
You
not
have to do it.
guessing. You're geo cheater.
no, because if I don't recognize the city name, like I was in Norway one time, and the city had like 26 consonants in it, and I'm like,
What if you're in Reykjavik?
yeah, like
We know that it will
Can I
end
spell
in
it to
daughter.
find it?
Exactly.
D-O-T-T-I-R.
right.
We have a big following in Iceland, actually.
We do
Yeah.
huge following. In
Huge
Iceland.
following in Iceland.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Are you
I knew there
counting
was a few,
seals?
Yeah. I don't remember what
Right.
show it was.
It's
when we-
growing. It's growing as we speak.
Right. So, but yeah, it's a pretty neat. I like it. I like fooling around with it.
I don't know. This looks like Europe to me, maybe.
It's pretty fun.
England.
I was doing it because I have a computer hooked up to the TV and a wireless
that's a
mouse.
lot of minis.
I was like setting back,
Look
like
at all
doing
that.
it
It's
just
probably
on the
Italy,
TV.
then.
There's one.
It was a fun. way
It's
to
fun.
do it.
A guy by the name of Northern Lion on YouTube.
I
that's
bet you
his
in
name,
Italy.
Northern
Somewhere in
Lion.
Italy.
He
if
does
you got
Let's
it.
Plays.
Well,
of
that'd be
GeoGuessr.
minis. Yeah, probably.
That honestly, he's taught me so much about how to play the silly game. Like Swedish yield signs are like white with a blue circle with this, but Finnish yield signs are blue with a red circle.
Like
And
their flags.
no, like yeah, but I mean they're yield signs. So
Yeah.
Hey,
South.
I was right the first time. It's in. It was in England.
You just have to guess the continent you were on.
Well, no,
as
no.
You
close
can
as
guess
you
it
possibly
close
can.
to the point, and then it gives you so many kilometers or miles away.
Yeah, yeah.
So like if you guess like
Man.
Mexico and it's actually Brazil, it
Yeah, with all
shows
the
you
minis
the
it would be.
distance,
Ah.
and then
All
it
right.
gives you points per that distance.
But like Norway's pretty popular. They're in Norway a lot. They're in Brazil a lot.
Yeah.
You can also tell a little bit about the quality of the camera. Like Australia, for whatever reason, has really terrible cameras. And if you, because I've done this.
Are you
with-
saying Google's cheap?
I'm not saying Google is cheap at all. I don't
Oh,
think Google is
yeah.
cheap. I think this. It's funny because when you look at the street view, like when you pull far enough back on Google Earth,
You can also tell by what
hold
side
the
of the
little
road
guy
they're
out.
driving on too.
Yes.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
because that would only be Australia,
India,
U.S.,
India,
India.
Really?
is on the right side.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they switched like in the 80s or something like that.
Anyway, but
I think
just-
it's India. Maybe it's Pakistan. One
it's
of those.
Like Australia, look at Australia. There's tons of street view like in the big cities, but like going across the continent, there was like one car that drove across the continent.
This looks
From
like
what
the
side of the-
U.S. somewhere.
So yeah, it's
you
neat.
keep
I like
going.
it a lot.
Yeah, I do too. We had a lot of fun. We're doing basically what started it in the classroom was we were doing lessons on communities and how communities are different and so forth. And we first started by looking at like was it Spokane, Oregon, and then we looked at El Paso, Texas, and then we looked at
How close are you to El Paso?
Richmond, Virginia. He's here in Indiana. He's the
It's
same.
closer from where I'm at to Indiana than it is from where I'm at to El Paso. I don't think you guys realize how big Texas is.
Well, that's,
Doug does. He just drove through it.
Yeah, I
Like
did.
left to right.
Well, only through the panhandle.
Oh,
there.
Okay, well that's like driving across Indy.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But yeah, I mean that's. But that's part of why we looked at that as a class is be like, okay, here we are, where we at, and it was hilarious because they're all like, that's my cousin's house, we're in Indiana, and we click it, we'd be in Kansas. That's my grandma's house, and we're in Indiana, and we'd be in like northern Illinois. That's my cousin's house. I was like, are you sure?
Have you done?
We just drove past a restaurant that said the Moose Bay Inn. Are you sure we're in Indiana?
One that's kind of easy to do, but it's fun to do is you can do just New York City.
Yeah.
That one is kind of easy because everywhere you turn, there's street. You go a block. Oh, there's my
I'm on
intersection. Let me
42nd
find it.
Street, yeah.
And then you can count the roads, and it's easy to find on the map. But it's a fun one to do because it's fun to. I just fool around driving through New York City like that. It's kind of fun.
I actually told one of the other teachers today because I showed them that you could go to Ellis Island and walk around Ellis Island.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, where have you done all that?" I was like, "I've left Indiana approximately 3 times my whole entire life. None of them was to anything cool. I just do Street View. I've been through the San Diego Zoo or the San Diego Zoo. I've walked across the Golden Gate Bridge. I've been at the top of the Statue of Liberty. Thanks, Google.
Yeah.
Thanks, Google. Because really, that's a pretty neat. I would call them virtual field trips in class, but I mean you can walk around the Metropolitan Art Museum.
That's cool.
Through Street View.
And then you can click on the
paintings.
and then they give you like the Wikipedia article on the painting and stuff like that.
So we saw George
neat.
Washington crossing the Delaware.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I just the more and more of this stuff is out there, the more. I
Where
mean,
the heck are you at?
it's
I
hard.
don't know,
Not,
I'm wondering if it's not Australia.
it's hard not to be cynical about some of it, but you just have to wonder what are they getting. What do the companies get from that? I mean, what
does Google get from that?
GeoGuessr is obviously would not be able to survive without Google's map view, Street
Correct.
View information.
They're getting your data every second that you're on there. They go, oh, he likes this. Guess what? Let's sell. He went to the Statue of Liberty. Checked it out. Maybe he likes this, and let's throw an ad
Oh.
at him in AdSense.
See, they've got the.
It's all about the ads, man.
Well, and you gotta think of how can you sell it to everybody else? You got a complete map view. Pick all conglomerates. Some other companies be like, yeah, we want to get a hold of that so we can do this, and this.
Yeah.
Or I mean, like think about this. Like Zillow is
Yeah.
You search for houses on there. You use Google Maps on that. Anything that uses a map, you got to now go to Google for.
Yeah.
And they give you a little bit of free stuff, but if you use their stuff on your own stuff, they only give you like 1,000 hits, and then
you gotta start paying for
you
it.
start paying.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I wonder how this website's staying up. I mean, I'm sure they're getting 1,000 hits. Where are they? I don't see advertisement on that at all.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe they're just eating the money. You never know. I mean, it's not like it's every hit is like.
It could be owned by Google. Who knows?
Yeah.
Google could own it, and they're testing like a test game. You never know. Like
I don't know.
they stick their hands in everything, man. They're in everybody's pockets and everybody's ideas.
Like
they're
I
in your
said,
brain,
Apple is
man.
in my
Magic
pocket.
Leap.
They're
Remember we
in your
talked
brain.
about it? You hear about that? The Magic Leap that Google invested like $500 million
Oh
in.
yeah.
Their new
Virtual
wave
reality.
virtual reality holodeck in your hand thing.
Dude, the HoloLens from Microsoft is the greatest thing ever. It's coming out, dude.
it looks pretty cool.
Oh,
Okay.
it's beautiful.
All right.
Speak.
So you know they had Google Glass, right? Which completely failed and they canceled
Yeah.
it.
Well, they
Microsoft
took it behind
Because they're a
closed
bunch of
doors.
glass holes.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
They took
Because all it
behind
was a
closed
glorified camera. That's all it
Yeah,
really was.
Right.
they were legislating
Oh,
that out
look at
too,
that.
and they hadn't even got it produced.
Look.
Right.
I was
You
only
were
500
close.
miles away.
doors. All right,
job.
we've
It was
lost
Australia.
Doug for the rest of the show.
But Microsoft's releasing what's called the HoloLens. It's basically like a set of glasses, but everything's projected outwards as it was you were in a 3D environment. So
Yeah.
when you're looking around, you can I mean, you see everybody with the OS VR, which is the new open source virtual reality, and then the Oculus. That's all about the gaming. But Microsoft's bringing it to a real world standpoint besides gaming, so you can look at data, watch TV through it, and it's actually projected out like it's in the room, but it's just in the glass.
That's
crazy.
awesome. Yeah, I watched the video on it and stuff like that. It's pretty weird.
So as much scrutiny as like they had with 3D television and things like that, they probably got a lot of R&D that they got to do to make it mainstream.
Yeah.
Instead of fad.
It'll be a huge ordeal. Well, the problem is now is that you've got the open source stuff, which will probably end up being the thing that one company will get a hold of and patent a ton of it. And
windmills, oil wells, Dodges, or
could be Oklahoma.
Should be Fords in Texas.
The fjords.
All right, here we're gonna go.
But the problem is now is there's so much different technology that someone is going to have to overpower the other before it will standardize.
Yeah.
You know, the HD, DVD, Blu-ray, Betamax,
85
VHS thing.
miles away.
Good
Sorry.
job, Doug. Good
Sorry.
job.
I'm just
But,
saying. I'm just saying. 85 miles away.
Did you break 2,000 as your total points?
I've got 4,569 right now.
But that will be the thing is who will win. And
Maybe
right
it's
now
20,000.
you've got three large companies
Oh yeah.
fighting it because you got Facebook with Oculus Rift, Microsoft with theirs, and then Google with theirs. That's three different ideas too.
Okay. Will we have this hollow projected glass virtual reality presence device before or after one of the 5 of us has a driverless car?
Okay, so if you don't know if you guys been watching the Detroit
Auto show.
The auto
Yeah.
show.
but they showed like Mercedes already got a self-driving car. BMW already released their self-parking car,
Right.
and they're not talking to like 2017, 2020 for those to be like consumer purchasable. But I think the HoloLens, the OSVR, and the Oculus will be out probably the year or two, maybe at the most.
But
If you're saying 2017, I'd say they probably hit both. I mean, the self-driving car is probably not going to hit anybody other than a connoisseur for 10, 20 years. But
It's got to be closer than that.
Well, they
man.
got the self-parking with the new Ford.
well,
system,
if you
right?
look,
So-
what was it? Just last year, they just now standardized the park assist.
where it could back it, do the parallel parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been in the works for a while, but I think it's regular consumers though. It's going to have to hit a major gaming idea, then get pulled into. That's what's going to pull it into
I think
consumers.
Garmin.
Oh, they did show
Porn.
porn on it. Actually, they just had the
Yeah,
reactions.
as soon as it hits the porn, it's
Yep.
going to be
Yeah.
That's
pulled
true.
in.
That's what
'Cause-
has made the difference in everything like that.
Used to be.
Porn
Used
did
to be.
VHS. Porn did Bluray. That's what well, Disney did Blu-ray, but that was the other big
Yeah.
thing.
Disney porn. Disney,
Same
Same
thing.
thing.
But anyways, those two things were the
Multi-billion.
reasons that that technology won at that time. So
Well, the only thing I can say is though that Microsoft's is more real
That's
world
scary.
based, because the OSVR and the Oculus Rift are all
Right.
screened, where
Right.
the Halo lens is actually your environment with things projected into it.
If they can tie it in.
Imagine navigation.
Well, I think that's
Yeah.
how that
Imagine.
Magic
But
Leap
see,
is supposed
Microsoft
to be,
has
too.
such a cornered market on Office-related things like
Right.
out of the box
Yeah.
access and all that stuff. So now that
Access
they're
for 1,000 members.
well,
I could look at my access files floating in the air. Let me hit this carrot.
it'd be like watching like the true version of Hackers.
Yeah.
Just you hit a button with no label on
Yeah,
it.
I know.
That's what all your keyboards would look like that, because when you're looking through the glass, it would inlay the keys that
And
you need
they
to
make
see
this
while you're seeing
weird
it.
like tom sound as you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
A giant sphere comes up and you have to move it around.
What is this, Minority Report?
No, it's hackers.
Hackers, man.
You get the little sensor.
And it's got the
And-
14 4K modem.
And it's got Angelina Jolie
Naked.
naked. Yeah, she was topless for a second. In that.
Yep, it's the first time she was.
See, porn gonna win. It's scary how porn controls our lives like that.
Well, I
When
mean,
you think about it.
don't speak for all of us, Mike.
No, I'm saying as in technology-driven things. It's a scary situation.
They have groups for things like that,
Right.
just so you know.
Right. But yeah, you're right that the difference with the Microsoft thing that you're setting, it's not like it's right here in front of your face, like your hand 6 inches in front of your face is what I'm doing, but it's not like that. It's like you're setting where you would look where your TV is. That's where it's projected to, so it looks like it's a TV there.
Could you imagine like watching Game of Thrones with your glasses on? You'd be like, okay, now who's that character? And then like just the Wikipedia page from like
See, that was-
Fire and Ice would just pop up to the side, or like IMD would constantly be scrolling off to your peripheral vision every time you're watching.
I mean,
that's
kinda-
my second screen already. Now I don't have to
Amazon
memorize it.
kind of does that already. You gotta just touch the face. You gotta touch the screen, and it'll should tell you who's on the screen and stuff like that.
Means dudes are going to have to be a lot better about clearing their browser history.
But see, I was going to make that
Your
point.
wife.
At least not so much the self-driving cars.
Yeah.
But if you could tie the Oculus, as in, like, say your windshield is now a HUD,
Yeah.
I could see that coming long before the actual self-driving car.
I could see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I could definitely see that.
where it would project the arrow
thought they already
on
had
the
that
on
in a
the
few
road.
vehicles.
So like your off ramp would have the arrow to show you that's the off ramp you need to take.
And there'd be like
That's- yeah.
side
So
of your
you-
windshield would be
like
blinking.
most people,
with
they have
the
to
car.
duck in order to see below their steering wheel what
yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
So it'll just be right up in front of you.
Right.
I just worry about like range of focus. Like I should be
See,
looking.
My
100
wife has
yards
a problem
out,
with that.
But if I'm looking at 50 miles an hour right here, I don't know if I could see
She
through
can't-
the 50 to see the semi that has its brakes on.
My wife has that
It's
issue.
okay.
We'll be in
it'll
the
have,
car.
It'll have range sensing, and
Yeah, I mean,
if you
like-
get too close,
Like
it'll
the
put the brakes
windshield
on.
will just vibrate red.
We'll be in the car and it'll be sprinkling and I can see through it just fine. But she will freak out. Why haven't you hit your blades yet? Why haven't you hit the wiper blades yet? I'm like, because I can see just fine. I can see through it. I'm not looking at the bubbles in my vision. I'm looking through them, you know? So she would have a terrible time with it. I think you're right. That could be an issue.
There was a tech show that I was watching probably 6 months ago.
Was it this one?
No.
Then I don't want to hear about it.
No. shh. But they have technology now that sits and watches where your eyes are actually focusing
Right.
on.
Uh-huh.
So they could easily tie that in there
Oh,
to,
yeah.
you know, shift it out of your view.
Just put it in the steering wheel and just watch it.
Well, then your whole display, if when it goes to that, the display in your dash will no longer be there. Like you're talking, if you can,
Yeah,
that you would never have to look down anymore. It'd always be.
Speaking
I
of
mean,
the
they
BMW
already kind
i3,
of have that. They do projections of
They do
miles per
Yeah,
hour.
but it's so in its infancy.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. It's not good because if it's in light
speaking
areas.
of the BMW i3, have you guys seen the new Katie Couric Bright Gumbel commercial? They've been playing it in front of all the YouTube
Nope.
episodes.
I
I
have
watched.
not.
It's hilarious. It's like it's them two sitting on a couch on Today. Is that show
There's
that used to
ads
be
on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Block.
Katie Couric and Brian.
I like watching.
Hold on.
I feel like I'm
Katie
paying
Couric and Brian
Gumbel.
Gumbel. They're two different shows. One's on Good Morning America and one was on Today.
in the early 1990s. They were
I think so. They were both. One was on NBC. One's on ABC.
well in the commercial. They're together.
Okay.
In the commercial, they're together, and he's sitting on the couch, and he's like, I don't even know how to read that A with the circle around it. Like I don't even know how to read that. Somebody says Katie says it's like an ampersand or something, and then you hear like somebody from off stage go, it's the at symbol, and he's like, okay, so it's the at symbol. So it's Today Show at AOL.online. He was like, I don't even understand. This is like someplace where you email, like, or no, he didn't say email. Can you like write a letter to this? And like Katie Couric is looking off screen. She goes, somebody get Katie in here to, or somebody get Alex in here to explain the internet to us. And it's like, because that would have been all brand new. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the first time they would have had like an email, like hackers may have been using virtual circles, but the rest of us were still using, word processing computers without modems. And then it shows them today, and they're driving around in the i3, and he's behind, he's like, so I don't understand this car. So it's built with a windmill or something like that, and they're having sort of this parallel conversation. Which that's the dumb part of the commercial.
What country
The interesting part of the
is this
commercial
one in,
is
Jake?
the
Beginning.
footage from the early '90s when they're just like, we don't understand what is coming. You know what I mean?
It probably
It's,
gave it away.
it's
What-
definitely a commercial.
What
to
do you
watch.
think about self-driving cars, Doug?
Hey, as long as the insurance is all settled, then I'm fine.
As long as I can
This
play.
self-driving car is actually 500 miles away from the point that I started with on the Geos.
Sorry.
Because he's still playing that game. What
I'm
did you
I'm
do?
on round 5 of 5, so
What did
I'm
you
almost
do?
done.
I'm telling you,
I will say with the self-driving car, the weird thing is, the scary thing will be is not the self-driving car, but the people around you. Because the car is programmed to do so much, but the guy driving the car next to you, that's driving the car, doesn't have the,
They're going to have to do an all or nothing thing.
Yeah, I feel like this is the same way,
I
too.
kind of get the iRobot kind of feel to it.
You're driving on manual?
Yeah.
Yeah, or Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to foam out everybody.
Yeah.
And then you've got that 1960s POS that's smoke stacking its way down.
Dennis Leary's driving. That's a good movie. I like that movie.
3 seashells?
Yeah, the 3 seashells. Can't forget
No one
those.
ever knows what that is.
Darn it! Why couldn't you have your zip code or your first 3 digits of your phone number on your building?
Jeez.
Doug's looking for a Russian bride again.
So we're going to make predictions.
Okay,
Oh,
so the
man.
Super Bowl is this weekend, and
You're probably listening to the show and it's probably already on
Super
or
Bowl,
after.
So this is going to be great for you guys because you will have watched it either right now, depending on when Mikey is post this, and listening to us currently, or like Jake does, his Monday morning podcast.
Yep.
You should
You
listen
just
to us
watched it.
while watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, which seems more
Amazing.
entertaining, us or the top half of Katy Perry.
Oh, man, yeah.
We
You just have to look at that and just listen to us.
become
That's
better.
a weird connection, though. I don't know if you want to make. Anyways, go ahead.
So you will have already known our predictions by now, but we're recording this Friday night, 2 days before the Super Bowl, and so we don't know, and we're not huge sports buffs, but we don't. I mean, I don't think any one of us here follow it religiously. We did. I did participate in the Buffalo Brotherhood.
We should have called the football
inaugural-
mind.
inaugural.
We should have. He'll say the Patriots.
Fantasy football league this year, which I ended up coming in third, which I'm proud with a third considering I went to an 0-4 start.
Who won?
Mike Welsh.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up winning. So
Good.
congratulations to Mike. Even if we haven't told you that, which we haven't, so congratulations. It just sort of the whole fantasy football league sort of petered out. The way our recording schedule was working, we would record on Friday. We couldn't talk about the week that previously happened because that was 6 days ago. And then by the time you guys were going to get this show or the show we talk about it, then the results for the week that we would have predicted about would already be halfway done. So the Fantasy Football League didn't really work out with our recording schedule to talk about it too much. I still love fantasy football. I still enjoy fantasy football. I still enjoy football. I'm bummed that my Colts are not in there versus the Seahawks. But I had a feeling that they were on borrowed time anyway. So I was just happy to be in the AFC playoffs. So this year's Super Bowl is taking place in Scottsdale, Arizona, and the home of the Arizona Cardinals. This is the last time we had a Super Bowl at the in Scottsdale was when Eli Manning threw that pass at the very, very end there and completed a first down and allowed the Giants to go on and win the Super Bowl. You guys know the one I'm talking about, which is like the guy was ripping his shirt out and he threw it and
No.
okay. Well,
You remember who you're talking to?
You started off great.
yeah. Then
We just had like a 20-minute conversation between virtual reality and smart driving cars.
Yeah, I mean-
like self-driving cars. It's
well, I'm thinking like
Eli Manning.
one of those
It was the
guys.
Giants. Okay. So this year it is the Patriots, who we hate. I hate for obvious reasons. Deflategate not really being a major one for me. If you're not aware what that was,
Hatred's a pretty strong word to be using for something so minimal.
they have. I wear this hat.
I
all the
hate
time.
Matt Lauer.
You hate Matt Lauer?
Yeah.
How do you hate Matt Lauer?
Dude, I don't even
I'm
want to
with
talk
you,
about
Jay.
it. It's a whole
would hug
nother
that
show.
man.
That's a whole
I saw
nother
him.
show.
That's a whole
What
nother
really
show.
grinds my gears?
Yeah.
Caillou and
Number
Matt
2.
Lauer.
Number 2. He's number 2 to Cancer Boy Matt Lauer, or
Caillou.
Yeah.
Caillou.
Anyway, so Seahawks won the Super Bowl last year. I'm just trying to lay some groundwork
Right.
with
Keep
you.
going.
The quarterback for the Seahawks is only in his third year of professional football. He's still working under his rookie contract. So, I mean, if he wins this, like to me, I kind of want him to win, not only so he beats the Seahawks, but because I want to see how much
You
do
mean
you
beat
pay.
the Patriots?
Yeah, what did I say?
Seahawks.
Yeah, beat the Patriots. I hope he wins because I want him to beat the Patriots. But also, I want to see how much do you pay a quarterback who's only been in the league 3 years and has won the Super Bowl twice. I mean,
What was the guy, the Jets quarterback, Wasn't he only in like a couple years when they went to the Super Bowl?
But they didn't win.
But they went.
Yeah, it didn't matter, man.
Oh, okay.
Well, you got to think. All right, so if you think about the games here set up, they both have really strong running games. I don't know if you guys pay attention to that.
Yes.
much. I do a little bit, just not a lot. I'm not a diehard
Right.
fan.
Yes.
But they both have really strong running.
The beast.
Yeah, I mean, and they both have hell of large offensive lines. I mean, like
Yeah.
Brady's got a pocket like all day. So I mean, I think the biggest thing that's going to come down, it's not going to be the quarterbacks. It's going to be the running game completely.
Right. Well, I'm with you, and I would go with Lynch. I would go with Lynch in that case.
He's a beast, man.
And if he gets moving and he got some momentum underneath his feet, man, he's hard to bring down.
It is.
He gets out on the wings. He's fast. He's got good hands. He catches it. Vereen is not terrible, but I mean, in name recognition alone, I mean, just in productivity and length of time in the league and so forth, Vereen is still sort of incoming. And Patriots aren't necessarily, they're not going to focus running game. They're going to spread the ball out the best they can. I mean, they have Gronkowski, which basically is just like a golden ticket for at least one.
Yeah.
At any point, but there's controversy surrounding this with Belichick and the way that he treats press and the way he treats people, and I don't know if this is a thing.
Cut
But,
off
and I wish
sweatshirts.
I would have looked into it, but I was watching the Madden game where they play the Madden simulation, and they predicted that the Patriots would win, and the Madden game has been pretty consistent. If you're just looking at a statistical.
Yeah.
The statistical chances with a little element of random number generator in there, they've been pretty consistent. They've won like 8 out of the last 13 years or something like that. But they've got it right. They haven't hit the spread, but they've got the out and out right 8 out of the last 13 years, I think, or 11 years, I think. But Belichick is you see Pete on the Seahawks sideline. You see the wrinkles in the back of his neck. I mean, you see a really good. What's his last name? What's Pete's last name? The coach of the Seahawks.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
Nobody-
you see
nobody
him.
knows.
You see, it looks exactly like him. You go to the Patriots side, you don't see Belichick. You see some guy. I think he's the offensive coordinator, but he's got the dark black frames, and he's a younger looking guy. But you don't see Belichick anywhere. And I don't know if it was just sort of like random chance that I was never seeing their head coach, and I was always seeing the Seahawks head coach, or seeing this offensive coordinator or what. But I just kind of wondered if he was even in there.
Well, it's because the Patriots also use hand signals.
Yeah.
They do some weird runs and passes because the whole conspiracy behind who's a legal receiver and
Right,
who's not.
right.
And obviously Belichick signals that sometimes, and now they even have the referees now signaling at the beginning of every play that who is the legal receiver, so people know
Right.
because of that. But I think that's half the reason why he's not on TV most of the time, because he's also giving a lot of
Signals. Maybe they don't want to give that unfair advantage.
yeah. I mean,
That could be.
I mean,
I don't.
I'm
honestly,
assuming
I don't
somebody
know.
up at the top is watching the same thing that everybody else is watching. So I mean, if you're doing something on your sidelines, you don't want the other team to know. I mean,
Yeah. I
Just
think
videotape
straight-
them in a box.
exactly.
the
Right.
day before the practice. Oh wait, no, it was the last time they cheated.
Yeah.
Was in
Yeah.
the practice. And to be honest, to me, in that environment, with the amount of money we're talking about, with the amount of gravitas that's coming with the National Football League at this point,
Gravitas.
I mean, it's just a sport. I get that. It's
Right.
just a sport. We're not curing cancer at the NFL level or anything like that. But it is a source of pride and a source of entertainment for billions of people. I think I could say billions safely, even though it doesn't overtake soccer.
Speaking
The World
to
Cup
that,
is fun to watch.
I was listening to the news on the way here, and they said that 312 million gallons of beer will be drank
Yeah,
at the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
which fills up over 500 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
It's a lot of booze.
That's a lot of
a
swimming.
lot
Pictures
of
are
beer.
ain't true.
Yeah. Well, what's
But
prediction?
I
What?
I just think it's not necessarily cheating until you get caught.
Okay.
I mean, you got to take advantage of every opportunity that comes to you. Whether it's Deflategate and you're letting the ball out of your air out of your own balls so that your quarterback and your receivers can catch it easier. I mean, you got to get caught. You got to get caught. So why are these teams managing their own balls in the first place? In Major League Baseball, the umpires are in charge of the baseball. They come from the team, but the umpire touches the
Well, we've
baseball
never-
all the time.
They've never had problems in the NFL
But-
like they
but
did.
this
It's
is
hard
the
to
other thing.
deflate a baseball.
It's hard to deflate a
too.
baseball.
I know, but I mean, they
It's hard to even
they,
alter a baseball.
They scuff them. They get nail marks in them so that a pitcher can get better grip in them. But I mean, how many? I want to go back and watch that game. And I don't, because I'm a Colts fan. I don't want to see that again. That was terrible.
Well, because they all said that you would a lot. The Colts lost because the Colts sucked at that game.
Right, right.
The Deflategate had nothing to do.
Right,
with it.
right. But I mean,
But
the
it might have.
every time there's an end of a play, every time there's a down, a referee takes that ball that one player on the Colts touched and noticed that it was too low during the interception. But at the end of every down, a ref takes the ball, passes it off to another the ball boy, who gives him another dry ball, and the ref's touching it the whole time. It's not like we give that ball to the center and let him spot his own ball. So I'm just saying, how come the refs didn't notice that the balls were
What,
They did
what-
once, and they
what
flipped it
ref?
out.
What ref can go? That's a pound off.
one
You think?
one defensive player from the Colts caught an interception, and that's
but-
what started the whole thing in the
Well, I
first
think
place.
the
don't
also
know.
thing is like
His job is different than the ref's job.
You don't
his-
think a ref for the NFL has handled enough football to go? "Ooh,
He's
that
handled
was
enough
light."
balls to know
what balls.
what a
Maybe.
ball should feel like.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think the ref has handled more balls than the defensive player from the Colts has.
Well, let's just put it this way: it's over. They should get penalized and fined, but I don't think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It might have been one thing if it was like a point or two that they would have won.
Right. But see, I'm with you. I don't even care about that. And to be honest, to me, like the cheating thing is just a matter of until you get caught, you are taking advantage of every possible opportunity you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so predictions. I cannot go. They always say predict for the team that beats you. I can't do it this year. I want to see what happens if the Seahawks win 2 in a row. I want to see how much money they have to throw at this guy to destroy the rest of their team. So I go Seahawks.
What's your points?
Are we going points?
I guess I don't
We
know.
can go points. We'll go points. I didn't even think of it points. Do we know what the spread is right now?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
No.
I can look
Google
it
it.
up.
Google it. Because I would say Seahawks by... I'd give 10. Ooh.
Patriots by 7.
You think it'll be 7? I think let's give it let's make it a 3-point spread.
I think the Patriots are going to win.
You think the Patriots are going to flat out regardless of points?
I think they'll win too, but I wouldn't. I would.
I don't want them to win, but I think they're going to win.
I want the Seahawks to win, but I think the Patriots will win as well.
So I'm the only Seahawks.
I'm gonna actually say Seahawks as well.
Yeah.
I think
the Beast.
I think it's gonna be a close game, but I
Beast
think Seahawks
mode.
are gonna come out and
Travis, you want to take a shot at the dark?
I think it's going to be the Cowboys.
They're going to run in.
How long have you been in Texas?
They're going to run in at the last moment.
Yeah, I
Tony
don't-
Romo's going to ask Jessica Simpson to marry him just for old time's sake, and then they're
She'll
going to
get
ride off
fat
in-
again.
They're going to ride off into the sunset.
No more Daisy Duke for her. Hey, speaking of that,
Really?
Oh, no.
it reminded me of that. Have you guys seen the band commercial for the Carl's Jr.?
Yeah,
It's like too spicy for half the nation or something like that.
yeah, I've seen it.
Because I showed it to you.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You show it to? Oh yeah, you showed it to me at
I
work.
mean, it's Carl's Jr. You know,
It's a
so
chick eating a hamburger.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
But she's walking along, and she's of course has massive boobs, and she
Katy
looks
Perry?
like the way that they've got it staged. I
it's
mean,
like Austin Powers. Remember the beginning of the Austin
Yeah.
Powers movies,
How
where
he
like he's
moves
naked and like it always puts these
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
provocative things like a
Yeah.
banana there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like that.
yeah,
The whole commercial.
yeah,
Okay, and it's too provocative.
yeah.
I think that's sort of like the interview. Okay, we got a product. It's a little bit on the let's just make it banned, and then people.
Well, no,
will
that's the
work
thing is
harder
like
to
a lot
get
of
to
the
it.
channels, a lot of the channels will not air it as a Super Bowl commercial.
I mean, it's a family event. I mean, yeah, I understand. Like the band Skittles commercial. Have you ever seen that one?
Yes,
That is raunchy. That should not be on TV. That's bad.
it was funny.
I
It
heard
is
that
funny.
one of the Dish or
Taste the Rainbow.
DirecTV is going to do a channel or where they're just going to show the commercials and the halftime show, and they're not going to show the game.
I'll give it to
Like
You know,
that's
I
all
might
they were
actually
gonna do.
pull that one up.
Well, what's the statistic that there's actually like 15 or 10 minutes of football that's actually played during a game, and the Super Bowl is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
That
If you like took out all the extra time on the play clock.
yes. If you take it, boil it all down as like 15 minutes of play time.
Well, yeah, it's 15 minutes to get your heart rate up, I guess,
So-
of actual activity. And that's, maybe that's why the World Cup is more entertaining, because those guys run for 90 minutes
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
the whole
It's
time.
not really.
I think it is.
I
I
do.
don't watch soccer, but the World Cup for some reason, I don't
I
know
think
if it
if
was
we
the
could
hype
watch-
at work this last
It's
year.
all- it was-
but it was fun. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I think it was just the build up maybe that,
Well, I
that
think-
did it for me. But I like the Olympics.
Well, the World Cup is sort of like the All-Stars, so you're always going to see somebody on every team that you know,
Yeah.
whether it's Messier or Ronaldo.
I couldn't name
Ronaldo,
any of them, but
But
Hans.
the guy from Colombia that continues, or Uruguay that
but
continues
let's
to
talk
bite
about the
people.
U.S. curling
Yep.
team. Now I can name some people. No, I really can't. But that would be awesome if I knew all the curlers on the U.S.
I'd be
curling
impressed.
team. That would be fantastic.
For some reason, the girls' team, some of the names are coming to my mind, but I don't remember.
That
any
doesn't
boys.
come up until when is that next year?
The Winter
Right.
Olympics, we just did that last year, buddy. We had a whole podcast special about
Name
it.
a Winter Olympian.
Peekaboo Street.
I have no clue off the top of my head.
Sean
Sean White.
Shaun
That one.
White, yeah.
Okay. So, what are they both like
They're both
snowboarders?
skiers.
Skiers.
Well, Sean White's a
Snowboarder.
We both said not
Peekaboo Street's been retired for
Peekaboo
like
Street.
10 years.
Oh no!
Why? What are we
oh
talking
no!
about?
Oh no! Oh no! What's his name?
Apollo?
Paulo Uno.
Apollo Ono?
Yeah. He was a speed skater.
Speed skater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won.
Apollo Ono. That's it. Apollo
Yeah.
Ono.
Wait, is swimming considered?
no,
That's
that's
summer.
summer.
Summer? I
Summer.
can't remember. 'Cause
Summer.
that-
Phelps is.
This-
Yeah.
That's summer.
Not this summer, but next summer.
yeah, I thought so. I couldn't remember.
Phelps is coming back.
Yeah, next summer. That'll be all right.
Is it next summer?
I think
Yeah,
so.
16 would be the.
And it's in.
Where is it? Brazil.
Brazil.
I think they just bid out, didn't they?
Hold on.
Wait.
Well, Brazil's
did
having
they
some
lose
problems,
it? Did they
'cause
lose it?
they
When,
haven't
what's their
lost it.
cutoff?
They haven't lost it yet, but here's the thing. So they did the World Cup. They did the World Cup, and then their plan was, since they got the World Cup, is they're going to renovate a lot of those individual World Cup sites now to become part of their Olympic Village. Well, in addition to that, they're supposed to start the IndyCar series. They were building an IndyCar track in Brazil. They've got the sponsors lined up. 95% of like the hospitality suites were rented or sold. Over 74% of the tickets were sold. And Brazil just called the IndyCar offices yesterday. It was like, yeah, we're not going to get to building that track, so you might want to cancel the event that's supposed to take place in March. So like a month and a half from now.
Well,
So-
the country's in civil unrest constantly.
Yeah,
and,
Yeah,
Right.
that's the
it's
thing.
like
the crime is so
Yeah.
high there. That's what they're so we're. But London, I guess there's the secondary choice. Like if it falls through, London's like we're here.
sure,
we'll do it.
Why not?
We'll take it if they can't do it. No big deal.
Indianapolis?
Sure, we had the Pan Am Games once.
They were talking-
before all of
We
us
had
were
a Super
born.
Bowl.
Yeah.
We had a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We do the Big Ten
Yeah,
championship like every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could still do an Olympic. I don't know. For,
I don't know. We
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
They
if
could
we
go
can
swim
space
the
for it.
White River.
Yeah, I mean,
There's not enough mountains.
yeah, we're
do
gonna
anything.
ski up here.
Well, Summer Olympics doesn't take
Paoli
we don't
Peaks.
need any
Yeah,
of that.
but you gotta have the space for the running, like the long distance running.
Yeah.
that
Just
they
throw
do,
them out
and,
on
like,
69 or 465.
You got
That's the
Run
longest-
around the bypass.
Isn't it? Is there a decathlon?
I'd watch that.
Oh yeah.
Isn't there? Isn't
Just-
there?
There's quite a bit.
Traffic, the traffic. No, we're not stopping it. Just run.
If you don't make it, sorry about you. This is the real thing here.
But isn't there? Is there a decathlon in the?
The 10 event, yes.
Is that where they run naked?
Is it? Wait, no. It buys 2, tries 3. What is it? The run?
You're
did
you're
they
thinking
run
about
and shoot?
No, that's
That's winter. Wait,
That's Winter
Olympics.
Olympics.
Is it
It's
It's
tri-
cross country skiing. And
Is there a triathlon in the Olympics where they run, swim,
Swim.
No, I don't think so. I think it's all separated.
and bike?
no, I don't
They
think
don't
there's.
do
They
that.
do biking.
I'm
they do
looking
biking.
it up. I'm
they do it all
looking it up.
separately.
And we do have a velodrome or whatever the thing is down in Indy. They can
A
do
what?
the where they have the wooden walls for the bicycles, the indoor track.
I'm looking.
Velodrome,
I
right?
have no clue what that
Hey
is.
guys, this shows. How are we doing? We doing all right?
Triathlon at the Summer Olympics.
Are we going to do it this year? Is it new?
What are we doing?
Are we going to be? Okay, let's do triathlons this year, guys. Let's get in shape.
My goal is to do a sprint.
they
this
do
year.
I
that
want to
here.
do a
A sprint
sprint. I want
triathlon.
to do a sprint. Running is the issue now, but when I biking is not the issue. I can do the biking. Or at least
Swimming's
maybe-
what gets you.
But swimming is, I think, it'd be what I'd have to really
Okay,
work
here we
out.
go. Summer is archery, athletics, whatever that is. I would
That's
assume it's all.
Weightlifting.
Badminton.
Yeah.
Basketball,
realize that was
beach
a-
volleyball,
Badminton had controversy in London. Like three
Ping
of the
pong,
teams were
ping
like
pong.
throwing matches.
the canoe slalom.
I didn't know
Yeah,
you could
that's
slalom a
new.
canoe.
That's the like white water.
Oh,
gotcha.
okay.
Canoe
BMX
thing.
biking, the canoe sprint.
I think BMX is
Bicycling?
new.
Bicycling?
cycling.
What's bicycling?
Bike.
He's inventing words.
Sorry, I'm
BMX
mixing.
bicycling.
Cycling, the mountain bike, a lot of cycling, diving, equestrian stuff.
Yeah.
Fencing, football, as in European
Soccer, yeah.
football, golf,
Right.
gymnastics,
Right.
handball,
Yep.
hockey, judo,
Hockey.
modern. I thought that said modern penetration.
Hockey is
modern
not- hockey's a winner.
pentathlon.
You sure it's not field hockey?
It says
maybe
it,
it's
it
field
probably
hockey.
is. It just says hockey though. Rowing, rugby, sailing, shooting, swimming, table tennis, taekwondo, more regular tennis. The trampoline is its own sport. Triathlon,
I remember
volleyball,
watching
water
Triathlon.
polo,
There we go.
weightlifting, wrestling, freestyle, and Greco.
Wait.
You said
Greco
triathlon like
Roman.
many times.
Wrestling race.
Greco-Roman
Hold on.
wrestling.
Weightlifting's on there. Then what is athletics?
I'm
midget
assuming that's
tossing.
like maybe pole vaulting.
I'm
and
gonna.
all
It's
the other
probably
stuff. Long
like
jump.
long like
The high jump.
discus and all of
yeah.
that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Field of track and field.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Yeah. Good
Ath-
call.
There's the 10,000 meter, 100 meter
Fishing?
hurdles,
The 10
No, I was just trying to
the
reel us back
10,000
in.
meter fishing.
Reel
the
him in
hammer
for what?
throw, the high
what are we
jump,
talking about?
athletic
talking-
events.
we're talking
Un-
about the
Why? I don't
Olympics.
understand what's happening.
We're talking about the
We're
Olympics.
talking about the Summer Olympics. In
I
love how
2 years.
he's trying to reel us off from a tangent.
Yeah.
What tangent
It's like
have
the
I
pot
gone
calling
in?
the kettle black.
What tangent have I gone in? I got you on GeoGuessr. That's all I did.
He went off on a hyperbola.
But that was all
I don't
to
think
set
it's
up
truly
the
made
whole
it back
Google
yet,
Earth
but-
conversation.
What? How much time we in?
Yeah.
We are over an hour, folks.
Oh,
That's
no.
why- That's
All
why I
right.
wanted
No.
to.
Get it done.
We didn't even get the Star Wars news or anything like that.
Well, I feel like it's been a while since we've talked, but we've been so Biggest Loser of the Logi centric.
Well,
That's
some of us have.
Logi?
Biggest Losery of the Lodge.
Yeah.
How would you make that into an action verb?
Loser.
A present tense. A present tense.
Losing.
Losing.
Biggest losing of the lodge.
Losing's past, isn't it?
No. ED.
The biggest losing.
Losest.
Losed.
The biggest losest. All right. Do you want to go through the contact information, or do you just want to cut it out?
I want you to do it.
me to
Disney
do it?
dumped George Lucas's ideas.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we posted that, and we had quite a few comments even say that. Yeah,
Wasn't
we
that part of the
appreciate-
contract?
No.
Really?
No.
I thought he had a contract with them that he was going to stick with.
Who?
He had a contract that basically said that he was going to give them his source material, and
Who
he
is-
did. And then they were like, "We're going to pass, thanks."
Who's releasing his animated movie?
Oh, I can't. Lucasfilm is.
Lucasfilm is.
But who's the parent company that's releasing that?
I think
Is it
it's-
Fox.
No,
It's not 20th Century Fox.
I don't think so. It's,
You're not going to get to fanfare, dude.
I know I'm not.
What's
gonna
a
get
strange
the fan-
magic or something?
It looks horrible.
There's got to be a parent company that's releasing it though.
Well, let's see here.
I think all they're doing is
It's already rated at 5.5. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's already doing horrible.
fresh.
They should really make the sequel to Willow.
Yeah,
That's what-
There was a
Directly-
sequel to Willow.
The books.
There was a movie too that was really bad.
There
To
was not
Willow?
a movie.
Yes, there is a. Look it up. There's a. It's.
What
This
is
a
it?
straight to TV Christmas special.
I think it was something really bad. Yeah.
No, I disagree.
Sequel to Willow?
Yep, I'm pretty sure there was, and I hear it was really bad.
Jake,
I-
Jake,
I
Jake. I'm not even gonna call you CVB. I'm
Yeah.
just Jake.
Yeah,
you might be thinking of a different movie.
maybe, but I'm pretty sure I thought there was. They already did
This
a
might,
horrible version of.
This might not have a parent company release.
I don't
I
think
didn't
it did.
think so. I thought
Walt
it was just
Disney.
Lucasfilm.
Walt Disney is releasing it.
They're staying as far away from it as possible.
Walt Disney Studios.
They want to make sure that nobody knows it's a Disney.
They're
studio.
the distributor, and then Touchstone Pictures, which is
just
a
Disney
thing. And then Buena Vista is doing the
Disney.
soundtrack, so that's Disney. Yeah, it's all Disney.
So that is part of the source material from George Lucas that they used, apparently. Or that movie, would that movie have already been in production before the bot? No. I know animated movies take... No. But animated movies take longer than...
That just opened last week.
Maybe I'm wrong, Kurt. I think I'm wrong. I thought there was one, but
All right. Your retraction is accepted.
All right, give it to us. Where can you find all this stuff?
First off, you want to
Where?
find us at buffalobrotherhood.com. You want to
Yes.
start there. That's the homepage. That has all the information.
More changes coming.
More
Where's that
changes
at?
coming. You can find it at buffalobrotherhood.com.
Oh, okay.
It's at our webpage.
What is it again?
Mike.
You don't want to say it again?
It's at buffalobrotherhood.com, okay?
Thank you.
You can do the WWs, but you don't have to.
That's-
if you use a
that's
modern
fine.
browser. Modern day browser will just fill that in there for you. You could. Have we Googled Buffalo Brotherhood yet to see if the website comes
I don't
up?
know because I don't know if the SEO settings are correct on the web page.
Okay, well, if enough people Googles it,
JVB will take care of that for us.
JVB's on it. He's
He's already checking
I'll
it.
work on it.
He's actually hacking Google right now. to
Your
put us at number
Facebook
one.
page is the first thing that comes up, actually.
Yeah.
all right. We'll take it because if you want to find us on Facebook, which is where you can like the Brotherhood, you can get information. You can see the
There's
pictures
Stitcher.
of our weight loss. Stitcher, which I didn't know we updated that anymore. Do we still update?
It's connected to the feed, man.
Okay, well, Stitcher too.
That RSS feed is our vein.
is our vein.
It is our main.
Speaking of our vein, I just want to give, if you have made it this far into the podcast, first off, thank you. But also, we may be cluttering up your feed very slightly as we're integrating stuff over into our domain, the www.buffalobrotherhood.com. All of our RSS feed is coming from one website over to a new website. So depending on how your RSS reader reads it, or maybe iTunes reads it, or Stitcher reads it,
You might get all the shows.
you
again.
might get like 46 new shows.
Might happen. Not sure what's going to happen. Let's see.
Mikey's going to put a little thing on the Facebook page to give anybody that follows us on Facebook a little heads up.
I really hope we don't make those guys mad.
Who?
When you search Buffalo Brotherhood, the Buffalo Black Brotherhood, it's just like their background is weights, and then there's guys with like swords and Mexican gangsters, and they
I
look,
think we could hang out with those guys.
It's kind of scary.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like 666
Yeah.
looking, yeah. I don't know. They look.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
The
No.
Buffalo.
If you want to, okay. If
Oh,
you-
they've got the Iron Sheik on there too. I mean, look out,
Oh.
the wrestler.
the wrestler,
Yeah,
the
they
Iron
do.
Sheik.
We're gonna have a wrestling expert on here in March. Pretty excited about during WrestleMania. If you want to find us on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood. Like the page, share the feed when it comes out.
Comment.
Join the discussions. We had a great discussion about the Ezekiel bread that Brad from last week was talking about, and where you could find that this week. It was pretty interesting, and comments on what it tasted like. I didn't know that it was biblical in nature. It's pretty interesting.
Ezekiel.
Well, I didn't know it was Ezekiel 4.9 or something.
no,
like
it's
that.
6:9.
Whatever.
It talks about making bread.
Yeah,
It's-
the biblical way. But you can join that discussion. You get from Sprout.
this is the biblical recipe on how to make bread.
That's what it is. That's what it says. But you can join that discussion once again at facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood. Now, the Twitter thing we're still working on. It's the first of the year. We're tweeting a little bit. We're getting in there. Jake's following me. I saw Jake follow me this
I
week.
did.
The bearded Jake followed. It's great. I still have more people I'm following than are following me. But hey, we're working on it. You can follow the podcast at BOBcast Nation. Okay? So
Good
that's
job.
at BOBcast Nation. If you'd like to follow me personally with all my wonderful wittisms, like the week feels really long already. It was like only Wednesday. It was great. It was great. I tell you what, I'm a genius at this stuff. That's at Buffalo Cast. If you're at Buffalo Cast, you can follow Mikey at FooMan2. 2 O's, FOO Man 2. You can
Two
follow Jake.
N's.
at the Bearded Jake.
Correct.
Bearded Jake. Doug, you just have to follow home. That's pretty much the way it works. You just have to find out where he lives and follow
That's
him
right.
around.
Follow me by following the podcast.
Follow the podcast. Follow Doug by following at BOBcastNation.com. Travis, you on Twitter?
No, actually, I never jumped on that bandwagon.
And it is a bandwagon.
You can hit me up on LinkedIn, though.
That's
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That I have.
Yep, I think everybody.
I don't think you're connected to me.
I don't have LinkedIn.
Well,
I'm sorry.
it's for professionals.
Well,
Yeah.
I already have a job. I'm not looking for anything else. So
I have a job.
You never know what opportunities might appear.
It's true.
Exactly.
really, is there headhunters out there looking specifically for a man who teaches third grade?
Possibly.
You never know.
Although, given today's access
Yeah.
little walkthrough that we had here, there may be
There
some.
could be opportunities.
Even for a third grade teacher.
That's true. That's true. All right, kids, sit down. We're going to learn how to do access. All right.
They probably could do it.
Follow the show. Listen to the podcast. You can find us at youtube.com/Buffalo Brotherhood. If you're interested in watching the YouTube feeds, we post all that stuff on the Facebook side as well. It's been a good podcast. Thanks, guys, for being on. Is it you guys going to stick around?
I think so.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We got
We got another show
We got a
coming
whole nother
right
show,
away
man.
that we're going to record, and we're going to talk about. We don't know yet. It's going to be a surprise. We're thinking about some. We got some things on the back burner. We're going to talk about. So
Awesome.
we'll see you
thanks
after the break. Keep losing weight. Give us progress reports on the Facebook page, and see you guys later. This is BOBcast.
You know how long a beard sucks?